You've just finished the AdLibs recipe. We're going to go over it one more time, just to check up on some of the concepts we missed. Let's start with line 1, which has 2 parts. The first part says, show the current story in a message box as a message. Let's put current story in quotes. That should bring up a message box that says current story. Great, now 1.2 says to set the value of the current story to the word today, which probably means that current story is a variable. Let's extract it as one. Great, we can move that line up and change current story to today. Let's move it up using Alt up. And just to make sure, you want to add the spaces whenever you see them in the quotes in this recipe. Great, it works. We can delete both lines. Line 2 is asking us to ask the user to enter an adverb, so we're going to need a message box. We're going to ask it for text input and say in quotes, what's your favorite adverb? Now, if we run this, it'll work, but it doesn't relate to our recipe yet. Let's save line 10 as a variable by highlighting it and right-click extracting it as a local variable. If we run this, it should do the same thing, but now we've got the variable saved. We can delete line 2. Line 3 tells us to add words to the current story. So let's say that current story equals current story plus, in quotes, I woke space, plus our adverb, plus a period. If we run this, it should add our adverb into what we were saying. This is an important concept. Let's check it out. Adding words to the current story like we did is called string concatenation. It combines the values of 2 or more strings or variables like we had in the recipe to make a whole new string. For example, if we had a string current words and we said that current words equals the current words plus you are cool, the message would say whatever was in current words and you are cool, plus whatever spaces that you put in quotes. With string concatenation, spaces are really important. Let's go back to the recipe. We can delete line 3. Now, line 4 is sort of based on the same thing as our adverb variable. So let's copy that line and just bring it down. We can change adverb to verb and change our message to what's your favorite verb. If we run this, it shouldn't do anything yet because we haven't told it to, but verb is saved. We can delete line 4. Line 5 is where we add in the verb. It's going to follow the same pattern as the line above. Instead of I woke, we're going to say then I. And instead of adverb, we're going to say verb. And then instead of period, we're just going to say space. If we run that, the verb should be included. Now we can delete line 5. Line 6 is just once more. Same thing as before, just new names for it. Let's call it body part and ask the user what's your favorite body part. If we run this, It shouldn't be incorporated into the final answer, but we still have it saved. Fiendishly. Extracted. DNA. As you can see, our third variable isn't added in yet, but it is still kind of funny. We can delete line 6. Line 7 is following the same model as before. Instead of saying then I, we're going to say my. And instead of verb, we're going to say body part. And instead of space, we're going to say period. If we run that, whatever we put in for body part should be in the story. Plus, the nice thing is you don't actually have to listen to the boxes. How about we put in this box, up a sleeping bear? How about for this one we say finalized, and for this we say will. Today I woke up a sleeping bear, then I finalized my will. Alright, we can delete line 7, and really have fun with this one, you guys. You've just finished the Ad Libs recap. If you have any more questions, go to teachingkidsprogramming.org.